Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we saw how consistent hashing works. So that was just the theoretical part. But today is going to be the most interesting thing. Today we'll be going to visualize each and everything we learned in theory the day before. Okay, I will be giving you the link to the GitHub repository. So all you have to do, you have to just clone the repo. As you can see my screen, I would be doing git clone, as I have multiple GitHub accounts on this machine. First, we just doing for this SSH from a personal account. You can just copy paste the entire thing, or you can just download the .zip file. Okay, it seems I already have cloned it. Okay, so now it's clean. I'll be cloning it again. Okay, so it's cloned. We have this cd consistent hashing. We have everything over here. I'll be opening this in my VS Code. Okay, so after you have cloned, you can see in the README, I have updated each and every step that you need to follow to recreate all the things. Okay, so step number 0, you have to make sure the Docker is installed and the Docker daemon is running. I already have Docker installed over here, and you have Python 3 because you will be running the script to populate our servers. Then we clone the repo, and then we have to run docker compose build and then docker compose upd. The build is going to take some time. So we'll just be waiting till the build is completed. In the meanwhile, you can just check the Docker images. Okay, so all our things are up and running. Everything is healthy. YAPI both warned. Not showing running. Let me just close it. Let's run it again. Okay, now everything is up. Now we have to register the servers. For this, I have given you the curl. You just copy paste the curl over here. We got our status as okay. That means we have our servers up and running. To check if the servers are up and running, just go to the API gateway view details. Here we have everything up and running. So every 20 seconds, a cron job runs to check which of the servers are up and running. After this is completed, you have to go to this website. I mean this localhost. Open link in new tab. So this would be the real-time visualization that we would be doing over here. The next step says to run the Python script. So the Python script is already there. Would be running python 3 populate.py. We are good to go. Now we will be checking our real-time flask, real-time chart. You can see the traffic is almost distributed evenly over here because all the servers are up and running. Now let's do our thing. Let me just, and you can also feel the API response is getting over here. Let me just close one of the servers. I will be closing API node 1. I'm terminating the server. Now just wait and see the magic. So server 1 is down. You can see the 400 rates are going up. So 400 here means that this server is no longer responding. So wait for the new distribution because every 20 seconds the cron job runs to check which servers are up and running. Okay. Now see that the 400 requests is just 0 and all the node is redistributed among the remaining 3 nodes. So let me just terminate another node. I'll be terminating node number 4. Termination in progress. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now you see that node 4 also stopped responding, just like node 1. 400 request is peaking, and now we would say it's decreasing because at every given moment t, we are showing the data for t minus 10 seconds. Now see, now all the node is being distributed only among 3 nodes, on the remaining 2 nodes. Okay, now let me just start one of the servers that was blocked initially. So after 20 seconds, it should be registered automatically. This is for API node 1. Okay, API node 1 is not responding. Why is that? API give to editing. So yeah, node 1 is up and running. So it took some time. It took 20 seconds. My bad. Now let me just start server 4 again. Yeah, see, it started responding again, just as initially it was doing. So with this, we come to the end of the visualization. Now coming to second part, I'll be going through code walkthrough of what and how it is exactly working. To prevent my laptop from overheating, I would just terminate the script. And I would just close Docker Compose down. Okay, so now we'll be going through the code walkthrough. But before going to the code walkthrough, I would just like you to go through this block diagram. In the block diagram, we have 3 main things. One is the API gateway, one is the health check service, and another thing is the hash ring. I will be covering the health check service in the beginning. So what the health check service does, it pings each and every server to check if that server is alive or not. How would the health check service know which servers to ping or not? We have the list of servers in our global data set. This is just we are using a MySQL DB to list all the data. So the curl we are running is to add data in this database. Okay, so now coming to the next thing. Okay, let me just explain from it over here. After the health check, the data goes to the hash ring. The hash ring adds all the new nodes and removes all the nodes that are dead. Now the API request gets the API gateway. This API gateway sends the request to the hash ring. The hash ring would allocate a server, and this corresponding server would respond to that request. Now coming to the code. In the code, we would be going to server.js file. In the server.js, we have the main function over here, consistent hash /RID. What this does, it calls the function serve from hash ring request.params.RID, means this RID. Now we would be searching this function serve from hash ring. Okay. In the function serve from hash ring, the first thing we do get server to serve from RID. What do get server to serve does? Get server to serve just finds the server it required from the hash ring. This is the thing it does. It just checks which is the nearest server and it sends it over here. Now response from API call, we would be just calling the APIs server/API/RID, and then we would be updating for analytics. This is the analytics part that I showed you for this one. And then we'll be returning this response. Now going to get server to serve. We'll be calling find server RID. Now this is the main code. This is the code of the API gateway. So before coming to find server, I would just go through 3 other functions. Create or update hash ring. So as we had seen that the cron job, which is called every 20 seconds, it creates or updates the hash ring. I will be going through this code block. So line number 30, it just checks the list of servers that is there in our database. So this is the call to check fetch all the servers from over here. And after that, we have two constant arrays, IDs with that server. This would be fetching the server that are no longer responding. IDs to live. These are fetching the servers that are responding. Now we would be pinging each and every server in the servers, and it would be calling server info.port/API/health check. So if you're not getting any response from the health check, we'll be just adding it to IDs with that server. Else IDs to live.push server info.port. Now what we do would be iterating over each and every live server, would be adding them to the ring, would be iterating over each and everything of the dead, would be removing them from the ring. Now hash ring array equal to array.from hash ring. So as we can see, this hash ring is a set. Then we will be sorting the hash ring, and then we will return the hash ring. Now coming to the function, add nodes to the ring. What this does, it gets a position for the request, for the server, for each and every weight. What exactly is the weight? Weight is number of virtual nodes for a server. In the previous video, in the theoretical video, we saw that the virtual node we are keeping it 2. But here we are just keeping it 50 for the sake of event distribution. What this hash function does, it just gives a hash for each and every weight for the server and just adds it to the ring. How it adds to the ring? This position.toString plus hash plus value. What is the value? Value is the port of the server. Position.toString is the position. So it's something like this. Suppose the position is 70 and our value is, here it would be API node 1, but in other cases, let's say our value is localhost 3000. So what this would store? This would store something of the sort 70 hashtag localhost 3000. I hope it's clear for adding nodes. Similar thing we are doing in removing nodes. And so instead of adding to the map, we're just deleting the same thing. Our key is just the same. pos.toString plus hash plus value. Okay. Now we are going to the function find server. What this find server does, it takes the request, creates the hash. Hash function is same that we are creating for each and everything. This hash function gives the position for both the servers and for the requests. After the hash function is called, we check if hash ring array dot length equal to 0, then we update the hash ring. So what exactly is need of line number 52? So suppose we saw that the cron job is calling every 20 seconds. But in the initial request, our length would be 0. That means the cron job has not been called. So in that case, we would be forcing our server to call the function create or update hash ring. Then this is the basic binary search. Low equal to 0, high equal to hash ring dot length -1, answer equal to -1. You can go through this code. If you are not able to understand, then you can refer to the video before. I had explained how each and everything was working theoretically. This is just the code part. And in the end, we're just returning the server that should be responding to our API call. Okay, so that's it for the video. Hope you like it. In that case, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.